How's it going, everybody? Too Spooky here, and real quick before we get into the video, I would just like to thank you all for 52,000 subscribers.
Actually, Too Spooky, you don't have 52,000 subscribers anymore.
What?
Yeah, apparently last night YouTube nuked a bunch of subscribers from everybody, so now you're back down to 51,000. I'm sorry.
What the fuck, YouTube? You need to get your shit together, man. This can't keep happening. This has happened before, and I'm sure this isn't gonna be the last time either. You know what, YouTube? Go sit in the corner and think about what you've done. God. First you're striking everybody, and now you're taking our subscribers too? Make up your mind, man. Sorry about that, everyone. I wanted to thank you for 52,000, but I can't anymore. So thank you for getting me there at one point in time, and I'm sure we'll be back there in just a couple of days. Either way, you guys are the best, and thank you for getting me this far. But now that we got that little introduction out of the way, today we're going to be counting down 10 facts about Ditto. Now this video was suggested by two people. It was suggested by RJM420 and JYugi. Thank you both for the suggestion, and I hope you and everybody else enjoy this video. Number 1. When a Ditto runs into another Ditto, it will move much faster than normal to duplicate the opponent Ditto exactly. So, Ditto will simply transform into that Ditto, then when the other tries to transform into that Ditto, it will transform into itself. So really, it won't even transform.
I don't really follow.
You know, I don't really follow it either. Number 2. In the game Pokemon Snap, Ditto is seen in the form of Bulbasaur on the cave stage. The player can cause them to transform back into their Ditto form by hitting them with an object. Then, when the player takes their picture, Ditto has the same eyes when it is transformed as when it is not. Oddly enough, Ditto cards from the EX Delta Species TCG expansion and the Clefairy Ditto that may appear in the Veilstone Game Corner's slot machines also have this trait where the transformed Ditto has its original face on the transformed Pokemon. Number 3. Ditto was originally going to be a usable Pokemon in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Though not through a playable character, it would have been used through a Pokeball item. However, due to multiple problems with its code, it was removed from the game. Through the use of cheating devices, it is still possible to add Ditto back into the game. When Ditto is summoned, it uses its transformation technique. It then says Meta, M-E-T-A, and then disappears. Ditto was even shown in the Super Smash Bros. Melee strategy guide, so this insinuates that Ditto was removed rather late during the game's development. Number 4. In the game Pokemon Rumble, since the move Transform was not programmed into the game, Ditto only knew Struggle. And since Power Points do not exist in Pokemon Rumble, this makes Ditto the only Pokemon in Rumble that can use Struggle. However, Transform does exist in Pokemon Rumble Blast, so Ditto has a move in that game. Also, since Ditto's only move, Transform, cannot copy moves in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon series, and only has one Power Point, its only move after transforming is Struggle. Poor Ditto, always struggling. Number 5. Ditto and Manaphy are the only Pokemon that are both able to breed with other Pokemon, yet are both unobtainable through breeding. In addition to this, Ditto is the only one of the two that is not available at level 1, legally at least. Legitimately, the lowest level Ditto can be is 10, which can be found in Generation 2 and the Generation 2 remakes in Generation 4. Number 6. Ditto is the only Pokemon with a catch rate of 35. However, in the previous generations before Generation 5, when Ditto transforms into another Pokemon, its catch rate will then become the rate of the Pokemon it transformed into. Also, on this note of the catch rate of 35, I wonder if in the new Generation 7 games there will be a Pokemon with a catch rate of 35. I guess we'll have to see.
Number 7.
Ditto can transform into anything, not just other Pokemon. And when it sleeps, it changes into a stone to avoid being attacked. And to explain how Ditto transforms in the first place, Ditto rearranges its entire cell structure to transform itself into other shapes. However, if it tries to transform itself into something by relying on its memory, the Ditto manages to get a lot of details wrong. And when it gets details wrong, it ends up like the Ditto in Pokemon Snap. Look at us solving mysteries, guys. This must be... Mystery Dungeon?
Shut up, too spooky. You're not funny.
I'm sorry. Number 8! By trading any shiny Pokemon to a Generation 1 game from Generation 2, then having a wild Ditto transform into that shiny Pokemon, then catching and trading that Ditto back into a Generation 2 game, the Ditto will be shiny. So if you want a plethora of shiny Dittos, that's what you gotta do. Number 9. In the 6th issue of Best Buy's Gamer Magazine, Game Freak developers Junichi Masuda and Ken Sugimori revealed that Ditto was originally based on the iconic smiley face. Ditto's eyes and mouth are exactly like a normal smiley face. Additionally, Ditto's squishy exterior strongly resembles an amoeba, which is a single-celled organism with no definite shape. This may allude to its ability to alter its cellular composition. This information could also explain why Ditto is unavailable through breeding, since single-celled organisms reproduce differently from multicellular plants and animals. In addition to that, Ditto could also have been based on a blob. And the moment that you have all been waiting for! Number 10. A battle between two Ditto would theoretically never end. This is because they only know the move Transform. The reason that this occurs is when one Ditto uses Transform, it will restore the power points on its own move. Because of this, it allows it to transform into the other Ditto forever. This is most likely the reason why no trainers in any main series game have a Ditto in their party, just in case the player has one, because then the battle would never end. But wait, don't go anywhere yet, we have got one bonus fact for you guys. Number 11. Ditto shares quite a few similarities with Mew. For instance, they can both learn Transform. They are both pink in color, while their shinies are also both blue. They both have perfectly balanced base stats and the same weight, which is 8.8 pounds. These similarities between Ditto and Mew have led to the speculation that Ditto is actually a failed clone of Mew, while Mewtwo was the successful experiment, more or less. See now though, if Ditto was a failed clone of Mew, it would actually make sense, because Ditto was trying to replicate Mew, but since it failed, it now has the ability to replicate other Pokemon, and anything else too. But here's where you gotta think about it. If Ditto can do this, it can transform into anything, then it could turn into a perfect copy of Mew if it ever encountered it. So let me ask you, if this theory is true, is Ditto really a failed experiment or a successful one? But there you have it, everybody. 11 facts about Ditto. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, make sure to leave a like, because if you do, there is a negative 14% chance that you will receive your very own Ditto. Keep in mind that this chance is very slim, and if you do get yourself a Ditto, it will probably end up in your hand in the next hour or so. Also make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. There is plenty more Pokemon related videos on the way. In fact, I plan on doing every single Pokemon over the course of my YouTube career, if, we can get that far. On that note, make sure to leave a comment down below on what Pokemon you would like to learn a bunch of facts about next. No Pokemon is off limits, guys. Also make sure to like and follow me on my social media. There are links in the description. If you do, you can be caught up with all the recent news about upcoming videos and anything else going on with the channel. And really quick, the last thing I want to mention is we are only 10 days away from the week of 50s. which is a celebration for us hitting 50,000 subscribers, which, thank you again, by the way. And what the Week of 50s is I'm going to be putting out a 50 facts video every single day for an entire week. So make sure to mark that on your calendar. And stay tuned. But anyways, guys, thank you again for watching today. If you cannot get enough too spooky content, well, why don't you click here for 5 facts about Bulbasaur? And if you're not feeling something necessarily Pokemon related, well, why don't you click here for 10 facts about Super Smash Bros., the 64 edition. But as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.